Welcome everybody, what's the buzz? We're back with you here at Buzz in the Box on a gorgeous, scorching Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Aldo Bazzario. Let's get right into some of yesterday's news, and because we got plenty to talk about today, we're going to get our Buzzline segment up here today for you too, talking about some guys to really keep an eye on in your fantasy leagues, and another prospect name crushing it in AA that you might want to get your hands on. Leading off, James Wood for the Washington Nationals hit an inside the park or a Little League grand slam for the Nationals to help beat the Metsies last night, 9-6. That was a tough watch. A wild one, that game. At one point, the Mets were up 5-0 early on, but that was short-lived. Bo Bichette might actually be coming alive for the Mets. He hit a home run in the first and second inning. The first Met to do that in I don't know how many decades. Just like Frampton, Bo Bichette, I think he comes alive. Right now, like you said, he went yard twice. Wasn't enough for the Mets as they fall to the Nationals 9-6 last night. The Nationals continue to be one of the best, if not the best, scoring offense in all of baseball right now. 9-6 final in D.C. Rubber match of that coming today. Another little tidbit on that as the Mets calling up another prospect. Youth movement is not stopping down in Queens. Let's see if it can translate to some more wins for the Mets. We try to cover everything here. Don't you worry about that. We appreciate everything. Thank you. We are working hard for you day and night. Just know that at Buzz in the Box. So good to be back with you here. Let's keep diving in. And we're leading off with some more of our news after the Mets fall in D.C. 9-6 of the Nationals. Rubber match coming up very soon. Got my eye on that one. Another big thing going on was, besides the Nationals still surprisingly being one of the better offenses in the league right now, we're going to dive a little bit more into James Wood, Jimmy Trees, as the kids say. Still only 23 years old, 13 home runs on the year. On base is looking awesome. I think just about 400 right now. I think 259 batting average. I might be hitting a foul ball on that. Let me know down in the comments, please. We always appreciate that so we can work on our drills and tighten up for you for some training. Definitely one of the top power hitters in the league right now. Maybe all hitters in the league. Hard hit rate is tops right now, with the barrel weight is at 25.7%. He is just squaring it up a lot. It's hard to do it much better than James Wood is doing it for the Nationals right now. His exit velo is just over 96 miles an hour. The more you think about that, to me, the more impressive it becomes. He's also tops in xwOBA at a whopping 425. That this is real. I'm not making this up. xwOBA at 425, nice metric right there. He might be seeing the ball as good as any power hitter right now. That's for sure. Jimmy Trees, with that exit velo, when he makes contact with, not a contact guy also too much just yet, but when he makes contact with it now, boy, does he gets a hold of it. He really gets a hold of that one. Moving on, Ketel Marte hit a 3-run walk-off home run. We're going to have a couple of those for the D-backs last night as they beat the lowly Giants. Doesn't get any crazier than that for the fans in attendance. 3-run walk-off home run for Ketel Marte. I think he actually just hit one a little while ago. We're going to get you with a quick live score update of some of our early games on the docket coming up on the day here. But let's keep it rolling. That walk-off home run for Ketel Marte. The D-backs were down to their final out, so they were jumping in Arizona. That was a great win for them. The scorching hot Rays, another team like the D-backs that's doing more than pretty good. The scorching hot Rays beat the Orioles thanks to another home run. Probably talk about the A's another quick second later. Hey, look, check it out. Throwback. Shout out to one of my favorite Rays relief pitchers ever, Jesus Colome. Always a champion attitude and going in there no matter the score and willing to wear it and take one for the team. And sick arm angle, Jesus Colome. If you know who that is, check him out. Let us know in the comments if you do, if you ever seen him. Facing up those tough Yankee teams, Jesus Colome, never scared. Fans, good day for the fans in attendance in Arizona. Even better for the Rays. Another home run by Yandy Diaz. I think he just hit one, and we talked about one he hit in literally the last video we made. So Yandy Diaz, keep it coming, brother. He went 2 for 3. Brian Baker got his 13th save of the year for the Rays after pitching a clean final frame in the 9th. Tampa has now won 20 of the last 24 games. Oof, man, that Florida Heat is everyone's wilting in that Tampa Heat right now in the Trop, not a safe greenhouse right now. Even if you go over there and go to the touch tank with the actual Rays, you have a better chance of getting through to them than you do to beating this Rays team right now. They are on a tear, and they have been for 3 weeks now. It's actually sick. 20 wins the last 24 games. Nobody stopped them. Samuel Basallos for the Orioles in that game. His 10-game hitting streak did come to an end, so bad news there for him. Let's see if he can start up another one. We know there's a big Adley Rutschman fan. I am for sure. We know, and it's great to see 2 great catchers in Baltimore. So let's see how that shapes up in the future. Nick Kurtz, also known as Big Amish, crushed 5 ribeye steaks as the A's absolutely took down the Halos last night, 14-6. Man, 12 of the A's, get this, 12 of the A's runs coming with 2 outs. That's some sick, very clutch hitting right there. There were they weren't hurting for hitting with 2 outs last night, that's for sure. 12 of 14 runs, man, a tough one for the Angels. Well, good news for them was Mike Trout was trouting about, hitting his 12th home run of the year. You love to see it. He keeps doing it. I want to keep calling his name on here. Keep it coming. Get him in that All-Star game, baby. The A's actually sit atop the AL West. Very interesting. Another walk-off home run here coming up. Nice. It was Ivan Herrera for the Redbirds. St. Louis Cardinals blasting our second 3-run home run walk-off of the evening last night for the Cardinals as they beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 9-6 in St. Louis. Beautiful ballpark there. I would love to make that one of the next places I visit, man. That place was going absolutely wild. I think there was, apparently he hit it into a section where people had their shirts off, waving them around. I think the Rays were doing that too, calling it tarps off, so it was good to see a crazy environment there, kind of more like a party atmosphere. So that's never not a bad thing, as long as you be responsible. Keep it positive, keep it professional, baby. You know that's what we try to do here at Buzz in the Box. It was a walk-off home run for Ivan Herrera. They went absolutely nuts. They lost their minds in that stadium after Ivan Herrera's. That was a very impressive shot. He hit it into that section. They were going nuts. And it was a frenzy. It was a party. So 2 big 3-run walk-off home runs last night. The Dodgers dodged a close one. A little bit of history made here for one of the closers as they beat the Padres 5-4 in Petco Park, like a couple other series at least. The rubber match of that series is tonight. So there's been some good matchups in baseball. What a great season we've had so far. Already the quarter of the way done, but we're going to enjoy. And already looking forward to our first big all-star game shows and home run derby shows, and especially our first off-season with you here at Buzz in the Box. Some serious fantasy talk and prospect and dynasty rankings. I'm talking some long shows on that. Get your coffee for that one, let me tell you. 5-4 Dodgers at Petco Park. Rubber matches tonight. They're pretty much neck and neck in that division right now. I'll start keeping an eye on those. Why not? Mason Miller did suffer. This is huge news. Mason Miller suffered his first loss as a Padre. Wow, if you can believe that anyway. That was highlighted by a 9-pitch at bat by Andy Pages for the Dodgers. He has been sensational this year. Talk about all-stars. Wow. Andy Pages is not showing any signs of slowing down. Beautiful textbook. Even better than that. That's not even doing it justice for Andy Pages with coming through and the ninth pitch of the at-bat with the sac fly. Almost effortlessly fouling off 101, 102 miles per hour by Mason Miller. 6 sliders coming in on inside. Those were like 88 miles an hour. Let me know if I hit a foul ball on that. We know he did. He was hanging in there. He was unfazed. He was beyond locked in, and he's the only thing I can think of for Andy Pages. He's been a tour de force this year. So first person to get to Mason Miller getting that sac fly at the end of the game to win it for the Dodgers against the Padres in Petco. Rubber match of that is coming up. Tour de force, Andy Pages, unbelievable. Moving on now, we're going to get to one of our first other segments here after we get through the news leading off. It is Boxed Out. These guys got, this is going to be a little pun, these guys got rocked. It was Brandon Nimmo, who was 3 for 4 with a home run, 3 RBI, also 3 runs scored. He also got hit by a pitch. He got on base 4 times. 10 runs on 16 hits. It was the Texas Rangers just shooting off like cowboys in Colorado. 10-0 over the Rockies. I mean, if 10-0, that's guaranteed to be on our Boxed Out segment. So, man, if you don't want to see your team on here, might have to look away for a second. Sorry, Rockies. Surprised they haven't been on here more. We never want anybody to be on here, but we got to talk about it when it happens. These are human beings at the end of the day. Keep it positive, keep it professional, and we keep it rolling over here at Buzz in the Box. Just know that we're working hard for you. 10 runs on 16 hits for the Texas Rangers. Jock Peterson, wow, remember him? He was 4 for 5 with the double. He had an RBI. Kumar Rocker was rolling for Texas. 7 2/3 innings of shutout, beautiful baseball with 7 strikeouts. He was dealing. He held the Rockies to just 3 hits. That's all they had all night. Man, 3 hits, 10-0, and that's in Colorado. Even more impressive, actually. It was a great start for Rocket. We mentioned Brandon Nimmo's big game. Let's do a quick, not a deep dive, a quick second to talk about just how hard he hit that ball. I know it was in Colorado, but he still crushed this thing. Brandon Nimmo, man, do I miss that guy. It to center field. I think it was 425 feet to center field in Colorado. That's not a check swing. Or a foul off. You're hitting that thing out of here. The exit velocity was 104 miles per hour. That's a rocket. 10-0 Texas Rangers. Sorry, Colorado Rockies, you got boxed out. Sorry, guys, have to do it. Well, that'll be that with that. Moving on. Sorry about that, Rockies 10-0. Looks like they're already doing a little bit better in our games today. We will get to those score updates for you. That was Boxed Out. Now we're going to keep moving on here. Our next segment, keep things organized. We're going to go with our heat check right now. Who's hot, who's not? Starting with our buzzkill. Got to do it, unfortunately. We got to have one on this show, and unfortunately, we all know one. Let's get to it here. Our buzzkill today has just not been seeing the ball well, just like the others. Outfielder has had a rough go of it so far. Pretty, I wanted to hesitate there for a second because pretty good career power hitter all in all. True veteran, but aside from an early power surge early this season, it's been a real slog for this gentleman at the plate. 3 hits with 2 doubles the last 4 games. So, could be signs of coming out of the slump as we speak, hopefully for him. But to just a .213 batting average on the year. OPS is a solid .720. Maybe about league average, maybe even slightly higher, but 62 strikeouts in 45 games is just something that we can't abide. That is a tough going. It is Jorge Soler, outfielder / DH for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. That is a tough one right there. .213 batting average, staying over the Mendoza line. We always keep an eye on that here, but 15 strikeouts in the last 12 games for Jorge Soler. That's absolutely atrocious. So if he can increase that zone rate a little bit, that contact a little bit to go with his, 8 home runs, that's pretty good too. Hopefully we won't have to see him on here again. Those numbers, along with the fact that he hasn't had an RBI since May 6th, man, pains me to say it, but that long and that many strikeouts, Jorge Soler, you are our buzzkill. Sorry. Next up, it's time to find out on the flip side, who is today's certified dog? Man, this first baseman has been blazing at the plate. 292 average on the year, throwing 7 home runs too. Why not? He's doing it all. 28 ribeye steaks on the season already. Love that. It is Jake Bauers of the Brewers. He's crushing it for the Brew Crew. He's making that good mixture, not a lean mixture, that's fully loaded. Your OPS is at 870. That's great. That's a lot of production. You love to see that. You have him on your fantasy team. He is not coming in. He is not coming out of that lineup at all. Also, if you can count it, which we love to do here, he is on a counted 10 perfect 10-game hitting streak. We hope that keeps going. We love to see that here. A home run just 2 days ago for Jake Bauers. Get this, at least 2 hits in his last 4 games. This is not a fluke. He is collecting out there, and he is swatting baseballs every which way. We mentioned he had the home run just 2 days ago. So contact, power, getting on base. Jake Bauers, you won't sour on Bauers, trust me, if you have him. That is why he is today's certified dog. Milwaukee Brewers first baseman Jack Bauers, our certified dog. Quick little segment here that we're going to introduce again now that we've gotten through our Buzzkill, our certified dog, and who got boxed out. Catch one of our early videos today if you haven't on our TikTok and here on YouTube, one of our shorts. We put up a few buzzball calls for today. So we're going to try to do those throughout the week while you want to follow our shorts here and our TikTok also. I think we got one of them already. So go check out who we called and to find out which one we got. We have a chance to get all 3. One of them might be a little dicey towards the end of the game also, but, I'm keeping the confidence up like I always try to do. Keep it positive, keep it professional, and check out our buzzball calls today. It was a good one, and we have perfect weather. Trying to see if we can get another Burger Deluxe, if you know what I mean. So now we're going to hit the buzz line here, something we'll get more in depth in our other when we do our prospect and fantasy videos. We're going to do we're going to sneak in little short versions of that segment here because we like to keep things structured and organized for you so you have things to look forward to and you know what we're going to talk about, just about everything. If we haven't, please always mention any team or player you want to hear on your fantasy team, someone you're trying to trade for. Do you have a trade idea? You got offered something, you want our opinion on it? You have an opinion on someone that we should have our eye on? Let us know. We'll throw it back your way. We'll share some love, give you a shout out. Love to get to it in one of our next videos, always. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. It means more than you know, and we love working hard here for you. Thank you so much for joining us on this absolutely gorgeous Wednesday. It's been a wild weekend, and it's a wild week. We're continuing right now to our buzz line. Stepping off the buzz line first here, we're going to get to some guys in the majors that we think, not a hot take, but some interesting trade targets, whether you think that there's no chance to get them or anything. We'll see as a whole, for their career trajectory. But we think right now these guys can be traded for and acquired, or they can be sold above their total value, and you can get something good. Or maybe we want to come to get some of these guys right here. You never know. Everything is on the table, and we're going to finish off with a prospect also. Let's get to the buzz line. First one we're talking about is a guy I've had in past leagues and in a dynasty league that would definitely take again anytime. Griffin Jax. He's been on a lot of people's radar these last few weeks, especially He already was on people's radars as a reliever. He's being stretched out into a starter. We're seeing more of that. Worked out really good for Clay Holmes. We know that. Wishing him a speedy recovery. It's probably going to be a little bit before he gets back to the Mets. Shout out Clay Holmes having a good year. We're going to need him down the stretch. Griffin Jax, he's 31 now. Nothing wrong with that. I made a start or two already. He's topping out with this fastball at 95 miles an hour. That's great. That's a good sign. Not everybody is going to throw 100. If you know how to spot your other pitchers and you can mix it up and you have your control, you could put 95 on the corner or a little high up. You're going to be just fine in the major leagues. Don't you worry. Not speaking from experience. He started out as a reliever, turning into a starter now. Great fastball, 95. He mixes his pitches well. He's got at least 5 or 6 of them when he was a reliever anyway, so that's going to work to his benefit. Not a lot of relievers have 5 or 6 pitches, I think, unless they're like a top closer or something. He's mixing them up really good. His last outing, he did go 5 innings, just the 1 earned run. So there's a lot to like about Griffin Jax. Keep an eye on him. Speaking of Jax, Captain Jack Caglianone, outfielder, first baseman, DH for the Kansas City Royals. Really went through a slog to start the year, especially not much contact, not much power. Still only 23 years old. He did hit a home run a few days ago, finally. If you're a fantasy manager of his, you're saying finally. But under the hood, he hasn't been he hasn't been awful, that's for sure. His average exit velo is at 94 miles per hour. That's great. So we're going to keep an eye on his trajectory starting to increase, his launch angle also. The BABIP on him, I had it here somewhere. Let me know if you know Jack Caglianone's BABIP off the top of your head. But I think that tells a tale that he's also been probably just a bit unlucky. We're expecting to see a lot more home runs coming from him the rest of the year. I know I am, from Jack Caglianone. We mentioned the 94 miles per hour exit velo. I think it's just a matter of time until he fully blossoms into who he's supposed to be. Now, he did strike out 3 times last night, but I think he can be someone that you can snag in a trade for your dynasty league. Last up off the buzz line here, before we wrap things up for you, is the AA prospect for the Marlins, Carson Milbrandt. We heard about a lot of news about Marlins pitching. We saw Robbie Snelling hit the IL just after getting called up, a prospect everybody was excited for. And then they proceeded in a corresponding move to call up Braxton Garrett, only 28 years old, coming off Tommy John surgery. Very promising, very good stuff. Tall, big righty. He did not have, Braxton Garrett, he did not have command of the strike zone when he was called up. So that's kind of why Miami Marlins have had some really rough starting rotation injury luck, especially with their young guys that they thought they were going to lean on in the middle of the year. So that's why we have our eye on Carson Milbrandt here. He was the 2nd round pick for the Marlins in 2022, and he's still just 22 years old, is the right-hander. He's been great down at AA Pensacola this season so far. His whip is at oh man, wow. His whip is at .91. I just remembered that. That is unbelievable. Say less. I think he's got 51 strikeouts in roughly 36 innings. That's insane for Carson Milbrandt. Not for him, but this guy's in AA. He's 51 strikeouts, 36 innings. His whip under 1. This guy is getting ready by the second, let me tell you. By the time this video comes out, he's probably going to have even more strikeouts. Forget it. The ERA at an impressive 1.24. We are just seeing him whip the cracks off of opposing hitters right now for AA Pensacola. I think he's at roughly 12 or 13 Ks per 9 innings. Wow. So a very nice, attractive target for our dynasty leagues as well as Carson Milbrandt in the Marlins system. Keep an eye on him. You heard it here. Not first, but you definitely heard it here. Last licks now here before we leave you. Jose Berrios. just had Tommy John surgery, Blue Jays starting pitcher. So best luck for the recovery for Jose Berrios. He's going to miss at least a year and a half, 18 months. Wouldn't be surprised if it's the better part of 18 months. You don't want to rush that. With a stress fracture in his right elbow led to today's Tommy John surgery. So good luck to Jose Berrios coming back. We do not want to see that. These are human beings at the end of the day, so we keep that in mind. We rank them, we judge them, but they are humans doing the hardest thing in sports. Keep it positive, keep it professional here at Buzz in the Box. Thank you so much for joining us. Couple more things in our last licks here. The Seattle Mariners are considering giving J.P. Crawford some looks at the hot corner at third base to possibly keep a top prospect and possible future face of the Mariners, Colt Emerson. Hopefully I'm not jumping the shark on that one. J.P. Crawford, get this, has started 900 games at shortstop for the Seattle Mariners. So we hope this doesn't turn into a Rafael Devers situation like he had up in Boston. Not going much better for him in San Francisco with the Giants, that's for sure. Another couple last things to get into now that the Mariners are now considering J.P. Crawford at third base. I don't think he'll have too much trouble if he does. It's just a matter of if he wants to. A couple of final scores we have while action was underway. The Twins beat the Astros 4-1 behind Joe Ryan's 9 Ks and 6 excellent innings. First Major League home run. Congratulations to, I had it right here, Hunter Fiducia hit his first Major League home run. Congrats to the 28-year-old catcher. First Major League home run. Wow. From Lake Charles, Louisiana. So a Ragin' Cajun. Congrats, Hunter Fiducia, for that actually helped the Rays win again just today. They've won again. They are now, the Tampa Rays are at 33-15. Can't stop, won't stop for the Rays right now. Crushing it for almost 4 weeks. We'll keep an eye on that. Cincinnati, speaking of that, crushed the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. I'm going to cry for that. 9-4. Andrew Abbott got the win there for the Reds. A big game for Nathaniel Lowe and Sal Stewart. Stewart hit a 2-run bomb in the 9th, and that was the dagger for the Phillies. The Mets and Nationals have their rubber game coming up tonight. That's about to get going. They're done warming up. And Mets called up starting pitcher Zach Thornton to pitch today for the big league club. Fresh from AAA is Zach Thornton. Zach Thornton, welcome to the show. Wow, that Ewing and Morabito, the youth movement is on in Queens. Andrew Abbott got the win for the Reds. We talked about that. Please, if you haven't yet, please take a second on your way back to the clubhouse. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share the video with anybody who you think might be interested in a little bit of baseball. We cover MLB and fantasy here. We have our new TikTok page, which is kind of taken off a little bit. Follow us on there. The link to that is on our page. And also stay tuned to our YouTube here for our Buzz in the Box episodes throughout the week. We're going to be coming at you as much as possible, at least on Mondays and Thursdays. And, today's Wednesday. If we can do an earlier video for you throughout the week, we're going to have a catch with you. And that's going to be our main goal. And we appreciate and thank you for any love and support. It means more than you know. We have nothing to hide and everything to gain with you on our side. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for supporting the channel. Drop that like and that subscription and share the video with anybody who's interested in Dynasty Leagues, fantasy baseball, MLB news, and not just Mets, Yankees, or whoever's doing hot right now. We're going to try to cover it all, especially during our big events like we got the All-Star game that's going to be here around the corner before we know it. If we didn't talk about a player or a team that you're a fan of or that you have on your fantasy team or thinking about trading for, maybe you have an offer, you want to get our opinion on it, let us know. We'll share the love, keep it mutual, throw it back your way, get to it in one of our next videos, and definitely throw you a shout out if we didn't talk about it here, because we can't cover everything. So thank you so much for your support. It means more than you know. For all of us here at Buzz in the Box, officially signing off, I'm Mauro Bazzario. It was great to be here with you. Please join us on our next video, and thank you. Bye for now. Catch you next time.